Secondary referencing is one area students will often get feedback on. It's important to make sure you get it right. Imagine that you are doing some academic writing and you are using this excerpt from Highland 2002 as a source, and the specific part that you're using is highlighted in red here. They are assessed on their ability to engage in its specialized discourses, where they are the undergraduates and it is disciplinary community. So this is what you are going to use, and you're going to paraphrase it, meaning that you change it into completely different language but with the same meaning. So this is what you've written. The use of technical language is an area in which undergraduate students can expect to be graded. Now the problem is that you have said that this information comes from Highland 2002, when in fact Highland took it from Belter and Brain 1995. And it's important that you show this in your writing. So you can do this by saying Highland 2002, citing Belter and Brain 1995, or Belter and Brain 1995, cited by Highland 2002. However, it's very important that you think carefully before using secondary referencing. So the first question you need to ask yourself is, have you tried to obtain the original source? So, if you have, do you trust the source? Are you happy that the interpretation is the same as what your interpretation would be? So in this case, would you interpret the original source in the same way as Highland has? You may not. You may have a different interpretation. Then, what about the accuracy of the information? Here's an example that I came across a few years back when a student had this in their essay. In December 2000, unemployment fell by 37%. I knew that this was incorrect and I challenged the student. The student showed me where they had taken the information from. The unemployment rate had dipped to 37% in December 2000. Now there was a citation, and the student then went off and found the original source, and the answer was that a decimal point had been omitted. So the original said the unemployment rate had dipped to 3.7% in December 2000. So even though the mistake was by the printer or the author, because you hadn't checked, it would be your fault for not checking. So make sure you check. Also, is this up to date? You have to think of the currency of the information. Is it still relevant? Is it still correct? Also, you need to think about how it looks that you're using a secondary reference. Secondary references take up a lot of space, and also, because you haven't used the original source, if you keep using secondary references, it makes you look a bit lazy. So, in short, only use secondary references in your writing if the original source is not available. You cannot find the idea in alternative source. If these are the cases, then you can go ahead and use secondary referencing.